Well, morning everybody, and welcome to the channel and welcome to the Ultimate Racing League. This is our Wednesday BMW M3 Series Championship. Sorry, I forgot to put my phone on mute, so it's all bleeping at me. Oh, not going to be one of them mornings, is it? Right, as I say, BMW M3 on a Wednesday. We've got three 15-minute races lined up for you today. We'll come on to that in a little while. First of all, I just want to mention our sponsors, and that's W.GG, the energy drink for gamers, and also Eldridge Air Conditioning. We thank you guys for helping us get these races out. Yeah, we do appreciate your help. I also want to say thank you to Derg. He saved and shared the replays, as I say, every time. Without somebody doing that, then obviously we can't bring them to you, so I really do appreciate that. Just before we crack on, we're at week 9 of 10, so just 2 rounds, including this one, just 2 rounds to go. So I thought we'd have a quick rundown of the table, well, at least the top 5 anyway, just to see where everybody is and see how close things are. So the table at the minute, after week 8, it stands like this. In 5th position is Osman. He's on 250 points. Rodas is in 4th. I think that's Love Rocket Rod, that's Rodas, 263 points. Brian Moncani is in 3rd. He's having a great season, isn't he? Brian on 276 points. And then the top 2, Fitzy in 2nd on 303 points. But running away with it at the minute, and it looks like he's pretty much got this sewn up, is Wadru on top of the pile with 382 points. So I would say, all bar a major catastrophe, Wadru looks like he's got this one pretty much sewn up. I think he's got to come last in every race that's left, and Fitzy's got to come first in every race that's left. But who knows? Who knows? I'm sure weirder things have happened. But that's your top 5. So as it stands, Wadru, Fitzy, Brian Moncani, Rodas and Osman. So on to this race. We're off in Germany, and we're at the Nurburgring, but we are on the Grand Prix circuit. It's 3.2 miles, just over 3 miles long, and 15 turns. A bit of a tricky track, really, and that's something tricky to say as well, isn't it? Tricky track. There, I'll tongue twist to start the morning off. So, yeah, that's where we are. So we will crack on and get this race started, shall we? We'll have a look down the grid. This is after qualifying. So Wadru in his familiar position on pole position. Brian Moncani is in 2nd, just behind him. Then we've got Smith on 3rd position. Fitzy is 4th. Derg is 5th. Unforgiven is 6th. Willard 7th. Brownie is 8th. Love Rocket Rods is 9th. Scooby is 10th. Hawkeye 11th. And Stealth is 12th. So that's the grid as they line up. Get the right camera angle, and we'll get this race started, shall we? It's a grid start, so we'll wait for the lights out, and away we go. We've got the green lights in the top left, and we are off and racing and heading down towards turn 1 with Wadru. Now, tyre rules for this race, for these races, should I say, is that mediums have to be used in at least one of the races. So I'm sure most of the guys will be on softs for this first of the 3 races, as Wadru takes us around pretty awkward section. Actually, you just want to get your foot down as quick as you can, but you've got to be patient. And so heading down towards turn 5, we'll just go down the grid, make sure everybody's still with us, and they are. Scooby moving up into 9th, Stealth up into 10th. Excuse me. It looks like Scooby and Stealth almost side by side, but now it is Stealth and Unforgiven. Well, did Unforgiven have a bad start? He's down in 10th. We won't go back and have a look at that, but he's finding himself down in 10th, so battling away with Scooby. He's got Stealth all over the back of him. Jump on board, shall we? These early few turns, we're on board with Unforgiven. You can just see Stealth in the background there as they head up towards turn 10. Again, another tricky one. You don't want to push too far. to the right, then this sweeping right-hander at Warstein Curve, down the hill into a little bit of a dip, and then we start the climb again. So through turn 12, then we start the climb up towards the chicane. It's actually the NGK chicane, but obviously we're not going to keep saying NGK all the time. It is just the chicane. Oh, and what's happening? Well, that was somebody actually going the wrong way then, and I think it was Brownie. Oh, I've pressed the wrong button. Getting all excited already. Let's have a look what happened to Brownie, because at one point he was actually driving the wrong way down the road. He goes through turn 12. Now we're heading up towards the chicane. Now, did he get the entry or the exit wrong? Oh, it was the exit. He just got on the power a bit too early. He's tried to save it. The car's come round on him, and he's sitting there facing the wrong way as traffic comes towards him. So that's unlucky for Brownie. He will be kicking himself for that. But in his defence, that chicane is it is very tricky on the exit, and if you do get the power down too early, like Brownie did, the back end does tend to try and overtake the front. So that's an unlucky start for him towards the end of that first lap. But up at the pointy end, Woodrow, he's already looking to make a bit of a gap back to Brian Moncarney. He's concentrating on Mr. Smith just behind him, trying to keep Smith at bay. Is Brian Moncarney. Smith all over the back of him, and he fancies that P2, doesn't he, Mr. Smith, and he wants to get on after Woodrow up at the front. So Smith sticking to the tailpipe of Brian Moncarney, and you're not going to lose Brian, are you, in that car? Fantastic livery, I've said it before. Looks stunning on the track, but the problem is you can't really hide in it. So that's Smith in third, Fitzy sitting there in fourth, Dirk in fifth. He's got Willard for company just behind him in sixth. Then we've got Love Rocket Rods, Unforgiven. He's made his way up to eighth, so he's slowly but surely making his way through the pack. Scooby down to ninth, Stealth in 10th, Hawkeye, and then unfortunately Brownie, well, he's off the back of the pack, but he'll be doing everything he can to catch up. And it does look like, I'm just looking at the map at the top right, and it does look like he is he's making a bit of progress, so hopefully he'll catch up to the back of them pretty soon. Apart from that, there are no gaps really. We do have a little bit of a gap between Woodrow and Brian Moncarney at the minute, but it's nothing massive. I think Brian might just be out of the slipstream of Woodrow, but somebody who is definitely in the slipstream is Mr. Smith behind Brian Moncarney as they go down this 620 metre start-finish straight towards turn one. Smith not quite close enough, is he, to make a move on Brian yet. He just has to sit there and keep applying the pressure. Fitzy doing the same thing. Let's have a look at the tyres, shall we? We were going to do that. So Woodrow is on the soft. Well, we'll say everybody's on the softs until we can find somebody that's on the mediums. Let's just go down the whole pack. Well, like I said at the beginning, it looks like yeah, everybody is on the softs for race one. Trying to find a battle, and I think the nearest battle we've got is Smith and Brian Moncarney, so we'll jump on board with Agent Smith as we try to close Brian Moncarney down. Smith having a bit of a look up the inside, Brian just sticking to that racing line. Up through turn 8 and then 9, it's like a little bit of a chicane, but it's a stretched out chicane, and Smith is now definitely getting himself on the inside. Is he going to have a look? No, he's just pulled out at the last minute. Probably a wise thing to do as they go through turn 10 into 11. And now then, if Smith could get a great exit out of turn 11 as they head down towards turn 12, which is more a kink in the road really, up to the chicane. Can he get a look in? He's having a bit of a look up the inside of Brian. He's letting him know he's there. Oh no, he's just not quite there, is he? And if we have a look behind Fitz, he's just sitting there watching all of this. Now, Brian didn't get a great exit, did he, out of that chicane? And Smith is trying to go all the way around the outside. Is he going to have a look at the cutback? But no, Brian shuts that door on him. Onto the start-finish straight, and now, well, it's almost bump drafting, isn't it? Which we know they're not doing because they're not allowed. But Smith is absolutely glued to the back of Brian Moncani. The sweat must be pouring off of Brian. Oh, and there we go. That was the move. He looked at the cutback, didn't he? Mr. Smith, he didn't quite get it done. So Brian doing an absolute fantastic job of holding Smith off, and both of these drivers very quick guys, so this is going to be a battle that rages on for a good few laps, I think. Smith, Fitzy just sitting there in fourth. He's hoping the two of them had a bit of a coming together, and this is it. This is where Smith makes his move. No, Brian again shuts the door on him as they go through Mercedes arena. It turns 2 and 3, and Smith just having to just settle for sitting behind Brian again, and getting more and more frustrated, I think. Down towards turn 5 and then into Ford curve. Smith just trying to get close as he can to Brian Moncani. Through Dunlop they go, and then up through turns 8 and 9. This is the Michael Schumacher S's. Great racing from these two already. We're just going to go down the pack and see what else is happening. Dirk's sitting in 5th. He's looking comfortable at the minute. He has got Willard chasing him down, but he's not under a massive amount of pressure at the minute. Willard's just going to have to get a little bit closer. Just saw Love Rocket Rods taking a bit of a detour across the kitty litter there, but back on the track, and didn't lose any positions. He's got Unforgiven trying to push him, trying to put him under a bit of pressure and force a mistake. And that was one of them across the gravel area. Unforgiven now looking to go around the outside as they go around turn 15, the Coca-Cola curve. I'll get my words out in a minute. Unforgiven took right up underneath that rear spoiler of Love Rocket Rods, gets in the slipstream, then pulls to the inside as they go down towards turn 1. So Unforgiven on the inside. It looks like we've got Dirk and Willard doing exactly the same thing, side by side, Love Rocket Rods and Unforgiven, although Love Rocket Rods has got the inside line now, unless, I think he has, Unforgiven has got that move done, but Love Rocket Rods is fighting back. Fantastic racing from the League One guys in these M3s, and Unforgiven does complete that move and gets himself up into P1. If we have a look just ahead, we've got Willard and Dirk. They're going at it as well. It just seems like there are little private battles all over the grid. Willard desperately trying to get P5 away from Dirk. Oh, Dirk, did he go a little too deep into that curve? I don't think he did. I thought Willard was going to make a bit of a move on him, but no, Dirk had it all under control. He was just trying to fool Willard. So Willard just has to drop back a little bit. Unforgiven now on the chase, so it's not going to be long before he's onto the back of Dirk and Willard. Love Rocket Rods there in 8th, then Scooby in 9th. He's not under any pressure, is he? Same with Stealth. Bit of a gap now between these guys. Hawkeye in 11th, and Brownie unfortunately well and truly off the pace, so he's just going to have to concentrate on getting some decent laps in. Bit of practice, ready for races 2 and 3, which will be coming up shortly. And just while I've got everybody's attention, if you do enjoy these races, then if you could hit that like button for me, and if you could do me a massive favour, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. It does help me out, and it also helps promote the channel, so yeah, if you could do that, I would appreciate it. Back to the racing though, after that bit of shameless grovelling. Wadru out in front and looking very, very comfortable. Quite a big gap opened up now back to Brian Moncani, but then again, I'm not surprised with the fighting that Brian's had to do. It would have allowed Wadru to just get away. Smith's still there. Fitzy's now close right up to the back of Smith. So Fitzy, for the first few laps, was just watching all this unfold in front of him. He's now decided, I think I'm going to make a move and get involved in this little fight. We've got 4.5 minutes of race 1 to go, and at the minute Fitzy's still sitting 4th, but I think he's going to start putting the pressure on Smith now. Dirk down in 5th still. He's got Willard just behind him. Those two seem quite content at the minute to just sit there. Willard's not really trying to put the pressure on Dirk. Maybe that's to come in the next lap or two. Love Rocket in 7th, Scooby in 8th. Well, what's happened here then? Because Unforgiven, let's just go back and see if we can see what happened. It's a long way back, isn't it? A long way back. So apologies we missed that one, but Unforgiven, that was actually flying, he's now down in 10th and with a half set. Oh, well, what happened there? Did he do the same as Brownie? He's come out of Dunlop Curve and he's just carried on going round, hasn't he? I think it's just a bit too much power too early and the car wasn't quite straight, and the trouble with the BMW, any BMW I think, is the back end light does like to overtake the front end occasionally, and unfortunately that's what happened to Unforgiven. He was absolutely flying as well, but he's not going to catch that up now, not with what, 3.5 minutes to go, so that's race over for Unforgiven. He's going to serve that penalty as well. So a bit like Brownie really, just finish off this race, get a few decent laps in, treat it as practice, ready for races 2 and 3. So our current race leader around turn 1 into Mercedes Arena around 2 and 3. So a very tricky section of the track this is. You're itching to get your foot down on that accelerator, but you've got to be patient. Wadru really making it look very easy. Brian Mulcahy's still in 2nd, he's still got Smith chasing him down, Fitzy sitting there in 4th, just watching these two. I think Smith is now decided it's time to try and get past Brian Mulcahy, and he really is putting the pressure on. Brian doing a fantastic job of defending that P2 at the minute. Smith, although he is on the podium, he fancies a bit of a higher step, and really is putting the pressure on, getting right underneath Brian Mulcahy's car. We have just approaching 2 minutes to go, so I think, yeah, there'll be another lap for these guys. So there's still time for Smith and Fitzy. Actually, Fitzy wants to get up on the podium as well. Remember, Fitzy is up there, he's in 2nd position at the minute. Woodrow just running away with it, but Fitzy needs to hold on to that 2nd position at the minute with Brian Mulcahy in 2nd, and I'm just having a quick look at the points. It's only about 30 points, 27 points I think between the two of them. So these will be some good extra points for Brian if it finishes as it sits at the minute with Brian in 2nd and Fitzy in 4th, but we do have at least one more lap to go, so maybe Fitzy has had a plan all the while, and he's going to execute it any minute now as Smith weaving about a bit. He's looking for a gap, isn't he? He's trying to think of a way of getting by Brian Mulcahy. Brian Mulcahy doing a fantastic defending job, although he went very deep. Oh, and Smith just loses the control of it, and now Fitzy senses the opportunity. I think Smith may have recovered. Let's just go back and see what happened there. We'll go to the drone cam, and I think Brian Mulcahy went very deep into turn 1. Smith looked to get the cutback anyway, nice and early on the brakes to get that cutback, but got across the curb on the exit and got a bit out of shape. Fitzy sensed the gap and went for it, but Smith recovered, although he's struggling to get round that turn. And Fitzy, oh, I thought Fitzy was going to go through again. Fitzy's still fighting it. He's all over the back of Smith, so it's Smith's turn to do the defending, and all the while Brian Mulcahy is thinking, right, I'll have this on my way, and tries to do a run-up. Smith, it looks like, has recovered now, and they settle back down to where they were, but Smith has just lost a bit of ground. It's just he's got a couple of car lengths now between himself and Brian Mulcahy, and Fitzy looking to get a little bit closer. I'm going to go back up to Wadru to have a look and see where he is as he goes up towards turn 10, this left-hander. And this is our race leader and soon to be race winner. I mean, I'm just having a look to see. No, you can't see in the background. I was looking to see if I could see Brian Mulcahy coming, so it's going to be quite a convincing win for Wadru. just going to follow him through. Well, let's just have a look and see. Oh, Fitzy's picked up a penalty, so it's going to be P4 for Fitzy. So we'll just follow Wadru. He's just gone through the chicane. He's into Coca-Cola curve for the final time in race 1. Made it look easy, didn't he? Flash of the lights. He's happy with that, and so he should be. Good result for Wadru. Brian Mulcahy, what a race he's had. Fantastic result for him. Finishing P2. Smith across the line in 3rd. Fitzy 4th. Dirk is 5th. Willard is 6th. Love Rockets across the line in 7th, with Scooby just around turn 15. He will cross the line in 8th. Stealth will come in 9th. Across the line goes Stealth, Hawkeye, and Unforgiven just rounding Coca-Cola curve now, and across the line in 10th and 11th. So oh, Brownie had already finished a lap before that. Sorry I missed that one, Brownie, but that was race 1. Hope you can join me very shortly for race 2. So go and grab yourself a coffee and your snacks, and I shall catch up with you soon.